Okay, so we have to talk about that mid-season finale. Now, before we get into this, there's gonna be spoilers in this video, obviously. So I don't want you being like, "Oh, you ruined the mid-season finale for me. I didn't watch it yet." That is all on you. I did warn you beforehand that this will be a spoiler video, and there's gonna be it's gonna say in the description that there's gonna be spoilers here. So if you did not see any of, if you ignored those warning signs, then I don't know what to tell you. So anyway, yeah. So before I get to that holy shit ending, I gotta say that the flashbacks were like one of my favorite elements of this episode. The way I loved how it pertained to what Green Arrow was doing, and what like how when it went to a flashback and then it cuts to the present, he's actually thinking about that moment, and it's not like some random flashback just for the audience to see, but he's actually thinking about that moment. Like, I just thought about this, I think I know where Prometheus is. I thought about this time here, and there, and it's like back at the time when he still had the list, and he went by the hood, and he actually killed the people on the list. And but this guy, Justin Claiborne, he was gonna give him a chance to walk away and just get his shit together the first time, and if he had to confront him again the second time, then it's a wrap. And it turns out that Prometheus is connected to Justin Claiborne, and it turns out that he is the illegitimate child of Justin Claiborne, and then they calculate that he would be in his Prometheus would be about like in his 30s by now. So that just begs the question, who is he? We don't really know who he is, other than he is, I guess, the child of Justin Claiborne. That's all. We thought it was gonna be someone that Oliver knew personally. Maybe I'm thinking maybe it's the guy, like at the mayor's office, at his mayor's office, the one who's there and talking to him stuff. I'm thinking that it's that dude. I can't remember his name. I mean, like, he's a prime suspect. And also, yeah, and I loved how when he walked into where the same building that he was in, like back when he started doing his vigilante thing. Like, he walked in there and he saw every corpse laying at the exact spot where he killed somebody. And I'm like, wow, it's like he's having flashbacks, like, as every single pattern. And I'm like, what? And how it cuts from the flashback to the present, is just it was so epic. Oh my gosh. And also and yeah, oh man, and Felicity's boyfriend. I mean, like, yeah, I guess he went all half cocked and tried to go after Prometheus on his own with no backup. Like, what the hell? Like, and she did warn him, like, don't do this, don't go after him. You should have listened to him, bro, or you should have listened to her, bro. Listen to your woman. What the hell? And when we find out that when Green Arrow's going after Prometheus, and then we think that you got him, but I'm like, wait a minute, no, that was a little too easy. And then we find out that it wasn't Prometheus that the Green Arrow killed. He killed Felicity's boyfriend. Like, oh man. I mean, like, when you saw the duct tape on the weapon and his mouth is duct taped, I mean, like, so you mean to tell me that there was no way for him to pull the hood over his head or anything like that? I mean, there was no way for him to do that? Or I don't know, I had to watch that again. I mean, like, maybe he had a weapon in his hand where I don't know. I mean, like, what was, like, I mean, that would be different if there was a bomb or something strapped to him, like, where I guess where, if he tried to take off his hood, like, it would go off or something. I don't know. I mean, like, it just was pretty weird that there was no way for him to, to reveal himself, like, don't kill me. I'm not Prometheus or whatever. You know what I mean? But anyway, um, thank God that was not like the resurrection. You know, like his death was not the resurrection of Olicity. I'm like, please don't let that happen. But that didn't happen. Thank God. I mean, like he went to I know there's something sneaky about this woman, you know, like Susan. I know there's something really off about her. You know, she's up to something. She's got skeletons up in her closet too. But I am glad that he went over to see her to get her, you know, get him a little smoochy smoochy. And I'd rather have that than, you know, than the resurrection of Olicity. That's just me. And also and then Diggle gets, you know, gets taken back into custody, or he was tricked into going back home because, you know, like Lila, you know, was on the phone or whatever, and then he walks right into a trap. Like, what? Like, what is going on? And then you have Curtis and his husband, you know, gives him that ultimatum, like either you choose the vigilante life or you choose me. So he made it easier for him and he walked out. You know, like, and he said, you know, he's never seen him happier, you know, than he is out there fighting crime in Green Arrow and stuff. And I was almost certain that Prometheus was gonna kill him, because it looked like he did for a minute there. But yeah, so he didn't, and I thought Artemis was working with him the entire time, but he said to Green Arrow that he turned her against him. So this wasn't, so she didn't work for him from the very beginning. So he just sort of manipulated her and brainwashed her like not too long after she jumped on board with Team Arrow. Okay, on to the ending. Drum roll. So Oliver goes back to the lair, and then Laurel Lance is back. Like, what? Oh, like, what does this mean? As happy as I am that she's back, but I just can't help but think, what does this mean? I mean, is this bad news, or like, what's going on here? Like, what does this mean? I mean, there's so many possibilities that we can play around with, you know, like until it comes back from its mid-season break. Like, I doubt it's you know, like Laurel's doppelganger. I doubt that, and I mean, it's possible that it could be her, but I don't think so. I mean, it could be Flashpoint. But I don't think it's that either. I don't know. I just don't know what to think. I just don't know what to. I mean, my brain is all tangled up. I don't know what to think. Like, what does her being back mean? And how is she back? Did she fake her death? What's going on? Like, I don't know. But this could be the resurrection of Oliver and Laurel. You know, this could be it. You know. I mean, because it seemed like, you know, like in the crossover, and like when Oliver was abducted by the Dominators, and it looks like he has, you know, he's feeling a bit, you know, it's like some part of him wishes that he was a better lover to Laurel, like where he treated her better, where they're happy together, and so on and so forth. And the fact that one of her, you know, like as she's laying on her deathbed, declaring her feelings for Oliver, like, you know, like right before she supposedly died last season. Oh man, that opens up the door for them to get back together. That's what I'm gonna say. But I don't know how she's back. But I'm happy she's back. But I just can't help but think that there's something fishy going on in there. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, like, I tripped over and stumbled into that pool, but I'm like, I just can't help but, I don't know. I mean, like, I just can't help but drawn into these possibilities. Like, what does this mean? You know? But I am just gonna be happy. I'm just gonna stick with my rejoice of her being back. But, man. I mean, you know, Quentin Lance ought to be used to this by now, because, you know, like, okay, so in season 1, Tommy, you know, like a major, you know, like it seems like each major character died in each season. Like in season 1, it was Tommy. Season 2, it was Oliver's mother. And season 3, it was Sarah. Yeah, we know how that turned out. And then she's back from the dead. And season 4, it's Laurel. And Laurel is back from the dead, apparently. So, I wonder which other character from Team Arrow is going to bite the dust. I mean, it could be Felicity, could be Diggle, it could be Thea, or it could be one of the recruits. It could be Curtis or whatever. You know, I don't know. But clearly, this states that you cannot, like, when someone dies, don't try not to, don't grieve too much, because there's a chance that the character will not stay dead. If us fans speak loud enough, those characters can come back at any time. So apparently, yeah. So we have the power, the power of the Lazarus pit is within us, and we just have to splash it on to whichever lovable character that we want to come back, and then boom, they're back. Apparently. So yeah. Feel free to share your theories on what this does mean. How is Laurel back, and how is she back from the dead? I mean, like, what does this mean? Is it Flashpoint? Is it a doppelganger? I don't know. I have no idea. But this was the best mid-season finale by far, and that's saying a lot, because I did like the previous mid-season finales. The season 1, season 2. I mean, season 3 was probably my favorite up until this point. Season 4, bleh. But this was definitely a solid mid-season finale. Best flashback sequence where Oliver is actually thinking about what's going on. It's been a while since that happened, but yeah. So I don't know what else to say. Leave your thoughts down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you thumb up the video. Make sure you click subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you for watching. And oh man. So I guess we're gonna have to play around with with these theories for like a whole month, potentially. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.